I'm kind of like non-practicing, so I guess culturally, I guess that's a thing. But yeah, pretty Americanized.
Let's go.
But yeah, I mean, the Destiny guy, I can't really tell. Like, sometimes does he actually work for the government, or does he just kiss the
Okay,
establishment's
it's
ass
not.
for
I
free?
don't work for the government. Okay, they just pay me every month not to talk about certain things. All right, there's a difference. Okay.
Destiny,
No,
I'm loving that red
I do
shirt.
feel like these people kind of do have to have a handler, though. Like, can you really just do that for free, for like just out of your own plain like individual?
I wonder that every
You know
time
what I
I
mean?
watch your stream, I'm like, who's funding this crazy dude? But you know.
We're all such good friends.
You're modding it.
I like Destiny. You really are the mascot of this show. I mean, you got the memo. It's this red theme, politically provoked. It's all red, and you've come on with this delightful red shirt.
What is the red? The brown red? Is there like a meme?
No,
I'm not all
no,
caught up on that.
no political subtext. I'm just saying it just fits the format. It's a red theme. The color theme of this show is red, and you've sort of as a mascot brought this wonderful red shirt. Just a compliment. No dog whistle. No anti-Semitic dog whistle there. Just
Okay, cool. Thanks. Just
pointing
checking.
it out. Yeah. So hey, so what are you up to, pal?
Brittany signed me up to be here tonight for some fucking reason, and I'm just playing video games. You know.
Well, we came a little bit early, but it's okay.
Well, I heard my two good friends talking with each other. I was just interesting to see them share so much in common. You know.
Yeah. So what's the beef between you guys? Let me try and moderate this.
See, Destiny, he kind of signals anti-establishment because he's not politically correct,
Right.
but
He says
I
nigga.
think at the core, Destiny's pretty much an edgy leftist,
Yeah.
right?
Leftist or
So
liberal? What do you mean by leftist, sir?
he started to have a really big problem with me because I was covering the Russia stuff, and he was like, "Oh my God, this is dangerous misinformation." All of a sudden, he went full leftist, full kind of like, his community was like, "Oh, we got to deplatform this guy. This is really dangerous." And he does the work of the status quo for free, and
So
he just
Haas is gonna
happened to
have-
get really butthurt about it.
Yeah, Destiny. What do you have to say to
Russia-Ukraine
that? How would you
conflict.
respond?
I don't know how much you've heard. So Haas has kind of like his political theory. Haas just like personally hates me because I made a whole bunch of short jokes about it. And he's
Well, hey,
like,
we're all short here.
yeah,
we're all
but
short
the
here.
problem is he has a really hard time like dealing with it. So basically, I'll tweet out a bunch of
Stalin
shit.
was short. Our
No.
hero, Stalin, was 5.
Yeah, no, I mean, the issue was that we were having a pretty serious debate about the Russia-Ukraine thing, right? And he started beginning the insult battle, right? And then let me explain it this way, right? If I were to just have ignored it, nobody would have focused on the debate. They would have just focused on the insult. So it's like, you gotta address the nonsense when it's being brought in, apparently. But I would have preferred to just have a debate.
So
about
what?
Russia
So
and
the
Ukraine.
the real backstory is we were gonna have a big 2-on-2 debate, and do you know who Zerka is?
No.
Okay, there's another Twitch streamer called Zerka, and it was me and I think it was Dylan Burns versus Haas and another guy called Jackson Hinkle. And so Zerka tells Haas, "Hey, these guys don't respect you. You got to get loud, otherwise these guys aren't going to show you any respect." So like in the middle of our relatively, boring milquetoast debate, Haas starts losing it. He starts like screaming. And as he starts to get progressively more upset, my chat starts feeding me like insults. So like AK 4'7" and shit. And I start calling him names. And we basically just have this like 2-hour debate where he's like screaming, calling me a cuckloid, just a whole bunch of like crazy nasty stuff, that's above, the platform that we're on right now, of course. But that's essentially since then.
Wait, why are you offended by being called a cuck? I mean, like,
I
isn't
never
that
said
what
I'm
you
a.
are?
It's a fair question. It's a fair
Yeah,
question.
like,
Yeah, no, I thought it was really
Isn't
funny.
that that's open public information?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, are you not one?
Not technically. I don't know if you know what that word means, but yeah.
Why are
basically
you-
it just-
Non-monogamous,
Hold on, wait, wait,
polyamorous.
wait.
all right?
it
Hold on,
basically
hold on.
just devolved into Haas like screaming at me for like.
Wait,
an
wait,
hour
hold
and a
on,
half.
I
It's a
wanna-
really good video if you ever want to go look up that.
If hold on, if I may, I mean, how are you not a cuck?
Well,
Valid question.
are you talking about like the actual like what the word means or like what you want?
Like you're married to someone who you allow to sleep with other men. So I
Wait,
mean,
you're
that-
married, Destiny?
Yeah, we got married.
You got remarried?
Yeah, remarried. That's true, technically.
Or double married? Twice married.
Twice married, yeah. You know how us Catholics do, you know? Gotta keep
Hey,
making the
you're
babies.
not Catholic.
Well, I grew up Catholic. Listen.
Are you an atheist? Do you
I'm
believe
gonna
in God?
reveal something here, okay? I'm gonna reveal something
Believe
here
in
I've never
God?
said before. I did not get my last divorce annulled, my marriage annulled, so don't tell the Pope. I think that's a big no-no in the Catholic Church. You're supposed
still
to do that
married
again.
then.
Yeah, but according to Jesus, I am. Well,
Well,
Catholic Jesus.
do you believe in God? Do you believe in God?
No, fuck no. I'm a
Boo!
heathen
Why
atheist.
not, Destiny?
Because it's
Come
boring.
on now.
Okay, listen, boring answers to complex questions are just not entertaining to me. Kind of like you guys over here.
Well, it's kind of a yes or no.
Dreaming about the deep state controlling all the societal problems, and that's the more exciting thing than
They control Vosh's
Take
Burger King diet
well.
by funding it. My tax dollars are funding Impossible Whoppers for Vosh. Well, Destiny, what were we talking about before this fierce debate about the situation?
Yeah, I don't think I was really yelling. I think I just was turning my gain up really high.
Yeah, true. That did happen. I forgot
That
about
was
that.
it's funny. I think it's funny when people turn their gain up and yell.
Yeah,
It was
No,
definitely
honestly,
it was funny.
honestly,
It was funny.
Everyone in my chat was telling me, they were like, "Oh, they're lowering your volume. They're lowering." I was like, "Okay, I know how they do that." So I went in my Windows settings, and I went to the sound. I just turned it up all the way. And I'm like, "Okay, now we'll be on a level playing field." But I went back and watched it, and I was like, "Wow, I was quite loud."
Is that what you? That was a takeaway from that?
Yeah, I mean,
How many times did you have to unmute yourself in that conversation because the moderator kept trying to mute you while you were screaming at us? Would you say it was like more than 100 times, or?
I mean, it wasn't really that hard. I mean, you know,
Uh-huh.
I don't really know why there had to be a moderator there in the first place.
That's a good question. It
honest.
seems like they weren't able to keep you quiet, so yeah.
It's true. They can't handle Haas. Haas is a real
based red, an
and to be
actual
clear-
American,
to
not
be
one of
clear,
these political
I
projects
think it's pretty
like
clear,
Vouch.
except that he's not white. That's the only. No, kidding. kidding. He's real American.
No. I mean, I'm capable of having like a civil conversation, you know. But like when you start the insult thing, you're giving me the green card, and
It's true. It's the ad homs. Destiny, you
Yeah.
have a real problem with those ad homs. Got to watch the ad homs.
Yeah,
Serious
I know. Well,
debate.
I can't help it sometimes, you know.
You got to watch those N words and ad homs. Such a handful.
So
Destiny,
wait, Nick.
Yeah,
I want
go
to
ahead.
ask you something, because this is something I think about a lot too. Is Destiny gonna keep up this kind of like liberal thing, or what do you think is gonna come of like? Because I don't know. I mean, so like in the cultural end, I think the cuck thing is pretty big, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be hard to become based when you've got that going for you. But I kind of wonder, like, is this a new kind of like experiment where it's like you have these edgy liberals who are like, they defend everything the status quo says, they like fight the info war of the deep state or whatever, but they just do it in a dirty way, right? Like, is he gonna become right wing, or is it gonna be like this new thing of like edgy liberal? And I always think about, what do you think?
I think he will absolutely become red-pilled and a reactionary, and I see him as my future apprentice. It's sort of like when Palpatine said, I have an apprentice far younger and more power, except Destiny's quite old in comparison to me. But I see him as sort of this future right-wing killing machine, like a right-wing Wolfenstein killing robot who will destroy all liberals in his path. I don't know. The thing is, on a serious note, I think the big difference is that he's not religious. I think that, and I tend to notice this, there is crossover. There's some Destiny fans that become Groypers. I think there are some Groypers that become Destiny fans. And I think the real dividing line is religion. I tend to find the people most susceptible to so-called liberalism are the people that are not religious. And I think that plays a big part in why people are liberal, is they're averse to religion. And I think a lot of that is bound up actually in sex. I think what makes a lot of people atheist is that they have sort of deviant sexual situation, and it's hard to sort of accept morality if your lifestyle is built on sin, is built on maybe that would impose guilt. So I think that's why it's going to be tricky for Destiny, because he's got sort of like a sexual situation, and I think that. But I don't want to. He's probably got good reasons for being an atheist, maybe other than that. What do you think about that, Destiny? What do you think about all that?
I think it's pretty sad that a lot of people define I think that political positions are very far downstream moral